Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look,
Thank you, John. Breaking news. We've just received word that on this day, May 18th, 1980, a travesty has occurred. An earthquake shook below the face of Mount St. Helens in Washington State, which caused a rude awakening for this quiet volcano. Yes, folks, Mount St. Helens has erupted. Ash has been scattered across almost a dozen states, and sadly, 57 people have died. The top of this volcano exploded, making it 1,300 feet shorter. It has melted snow, destroyed forests, and it even sent shockwaves miles and miles and miles away. Witnesses say they heard the eruption even hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of miles and miles and miles away. More to come after this break.
Thanks so much, Charlene. Next time we'll talk about a prediction of an insane heat wave coming our way this summer. Experts predict that the South will reach degrees of 100 or higher, specifically if you live in Birmingham, Alabama. Be prepared to have the hottest summer of July all the way into September. Thanks for joining.
No way! I'm so disappointed. 2 people have died. Bon Scott and Tex Avery. Scott was the lead singer of AC/DC, which is one of my favorite bands. He passed earlier on February 19th. Then Tex Avery, the creator of Looney Tunes, just passed away. August 16th will go down in history as a day my childhood died. That was my favorite TV show as a teenager. Rest in peace, Tex. Wait, what? John Lennon died too? I never thought December 8th, 1980 would be such a sad day. He was an amazing performer, the leader of the Beatles. Mark David Chapman, his murderer, is going to pay!
Thank you, Wynette. Iran and Iraq are now at war. Stay out of the Middle East, folks. The first Persian Gulf War has now commenced, and we suggest you stay out of it. Many say that this war will last 8 years. This could get dirty.
Thank you so much, Charisse. I'm here in sunny Chicago. It's pouring rain outside, but I do have some updates. The United States has boycotted the Olympics in Moscow. What? After the strife between Europe and the US dating back to the 40s, Mom and Dad probably saw that. The US has decided to not let their best athletes that were all part of the Olympic team compete to show their stand, and that they are not okay with the current stature of Russia during the Cold War debris. Thank you, Calissa. The day is April 15th, 1980, and over 10,000 Cuban people are fleeing their nation due to political and social unrest. This will go on to last over 6 months, is what they're predicting. Thankfully, the U.S. has jumped in to help rescue these refugees who have been dubbed Marielitas. Pray for their safety, folks.
Good morning! It is a beautiful sunny morning on January 20th, 1981. Today will go down in infamy as we inaugurate our nation's 40th president, Ronald Reagan. It has been a long road to the presidency, but he has finally made it. Washington will be bustling today as millions of... Oh, hold on. Oh my. I have just received word that Iran has finally released 52 hostages after being held for 444 days. Oh man. Wow, these American citizens were being flown home from during Ronald Reagan's inaugural address. What an amazing day for the United States. It is sick to say that every single state is rejoicing today. Back to you, Kenny.
Thanks a lot, Jason. Ooh, bad news, folks. The AIDS virus has been identified here in the U.S. by some scientists. Formal tracking of the AIDS case began this year, 1981, in the U.S. Scientists discovered the virus that causes AIDS. The virus at first was named HTLV-III/LAV, or Human T-cell lymphotropic virus type 3 lymphodenopathy-associated virus, by an international scientific committee. On a lighter note, it's raining, but the sun is still shining over across the pond, if you know what I mean. And if you don't, get with the program, folks. It's the day of the royal wedding over in England. Today, July 29th, 1981, Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer are to be wed in front of an audience of over 750 million people. Can you get a number about that? I mean, come on. Counting all you television watchers out there, love is in the air.
Yes, thank you, Denisha. We're here in Oklahoma, where there have been as many as 43 tornadoes from May 22nd to May 23rd. Those 2 days of frightful twisters did some serious damage. As you can see, and experts say, it got up to an F2 or higher on the Fujita scale. So far, about 32 million in damages have been reported. But I bet that number will grow. Thankfully, there have been no reported fatalities as of right now, and only 12 are injured. Let's pray it stays that way. I'll keep you updated, Denisha. Jess, how's it hanging?
Friend, we must share something with you. You are sure to enjoy this game. I stayed up until 8:32 p.m. last night playing it. Just can't stop.
Okay, I guess come in.
I'm sorry for him. It's called Dungeons and Dragons. It really is cool, though. We can't get enough. It's been out for a few years, and we're just starting to get the hang of it.
In fact, it was developed in 1974, but it's reaching its popularity peak right now in the mid-80s. Woo! But many have deemed it controversial due to its strange creatures and satanic connotations.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. My friend's mom is part of the BADD, Bad Society of Other Moms in the subdivision. I think it stands for Bothered About Dragons and Dungeons and Dragons, and so it's a real thing.
You guys, let's see what's on the radio.
Good afternoon, folks. Another political news story for your ears. Here, September 21st, 1981 will go down in history as a pivotal moment for women's rights. Huzzah! Sandra Day O'Connor has just been elected as the first female Supreme Court Justice in American history. Yeah, you heard that right. And get this, it was unanimous votes, 99 to nothing.
You guys, let's turn on MTV and rock out! It's gonna be too good, man.
Wicked!
Thank you, Count Kenkai. Good morning, folks. It's a beautiful day in Pittsburgh. Today is a big day for women's rights, as it marks the one-year anniversary of Sandra Day O'Connor's election as Supreme Court Justice. Why is this important, you might ask? Well, she is the first woman to ever hold this position, If you remember correctly, it was also a unanimous decision to elect her. 99-0.
Oh, thank you, Shabakash. The computer is named Time Magazine's Man of the Year. Sorry about that. With the 80s already becoming a pioneer ship, if you will, of new technologies, therefore when People magazine decided to make the computer the 1982 Man of the Year, it fit quite well, and it only got more influential with time. What's up, man? How's it hanging?
Oh, hey!
Have you ever heard of the Cabbage Patch Kids? I just heard them on TV. I didn't know if you knew about them.
Oh, absolutely. My sister is infatuated with them, for real. They came out in 1974, just like Dungeons and Dragons, but they're really growing in popularity right now. Can you believe it? I mean, you know what? Let's just see what the TV has to say. Come on.
Yeah.
You've seen them in the 11, folks. Cabbage Patch Kids, the cures for adults, big heads and little eyes. Girls, dudes, 102, I'm dying to get their hands on these toys.
Guys, here's an update on possibly the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression! As of right now, auto and construction and manufacturing industries are being affected the most. About 75% of job losses and good productions was in the manufacturing area. Residential construction has about a 22% job loss and 24% job loss in auto manufacturing. The unemployment rate seems to be going up, and experts attest that it won't start to come down until later this year, hopefully.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today got the same song. I like that old time rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door.
Johnny, wake up. Johnny, what? Wake up! How are you still sleeping when the Ronald Reagan just announced that the U.S. invaded Grenada today, October 25th, 1983? Maurice Bishop was allying with the Soviet and Cuba, who helped Bishop build a large airport on the island. But Ronald Reagan was worried, half to death, that the airport would be used by Soviets.
Why are we talking about this?
Well, and then after the Prime Minister of Grenada placed the bishop under house arrest for not sharing his power, and Israel went into total uproar because he placed government under arrest, which is totally crazy because he was only trying to reach out to the U.S. and other Caribbean nations for help. And then Grenada turned into a military government country, and the people reached out for help. The United States, along with other countries, responded to the cry for aid, and that is exactly why we needed to invade Grenada. I mean, 20 other troops were killed, unfortunately, but we helped to restore peace in Grenada. I mean, so we'll see what the international community has to say about this, though.
You lost me at Grenada.
Oh, get me the spoon, Heather. Shut up, Johnny. Have you guys not heard? We can take our phones wherever we go, making them almost mobile. Motorola introduces the first mobile phones in the U.S. in 1983, this year, in fact. But before Motorola, no one had attempted the feat of making mobile cell phones. But they took the risk, and it would change the year. It changed this year. It's changed the course of history forever.
What a way to wake up. I had the craziest dream. You wouldn't believe it. I was singing and it was that, got that old fashioned, that's a good song. Man.
I can't wait for the school dance. I do wonder if Deborah Sue will dance with me. Perhaps I should ask her.
Good luck with that, buddy. She's out of your league. I'm really glad that we ditched Jason now after that weird, crazy dream. What the heck was he thinking?
What the heck was he thinking?
I don't know. What's that thing on your wrist?
Oh.
It's like you're flying or something.
It's called a swatch.
What the?
SWATCH, Swatch. It's a Switch watch brand that just came out this year. It's much cheaper than some of the other watches, and they specialize sometimes in unique watches. Sometimes they're one of a kind that are clear and you can see the gears inside. Tick, tock, tick, tock.
Okay, enough about watches. What about astronauts? When Sally Ride became the first American woman in space, she was told she could never do it, but because she was a girl. So stupid. I'm a girl, I can do whatever I want. Anyway, she joined NASA, got trained, and successfully launched into space June 18th, 1983, this year, just a couple months ago. It was really cool. And has been an American icon. Truly, she has. Maybe I'll go into space one day.
I'm so sorry. This is where you have to leave.
You're right.
Guys, I can't wait to see this new Ghostbusters Whatever.
Imagine all life as you know it stopping instantaneously and every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. All right, that's bad. Okay. All right, important safety tip. Nancy. They're professionals. I'm the chairman of the largest paranormal removal company in America. Universal Pictures.
I mean, it's no Ghostbusters, but 16 Candles looks pretty rad too.
16 candles.
So it's your birthday. It's my birthday too.
The story of a girl who's stuck with a guy who's driving her crazy.
Been there, done that, bro. Yo, Stevie Wonder's new single. That's better than a movie.
I just called to say I love you. I just called to say how much I care. I just called to say I love you.
Yes.
Yeah, bro.
Oh, I see you got your hair done.
Well, you know, times are changing.
Well, I have to tell you something first. November 19th today, 1985 marks the first meeting with the US and the Soviet Union in many, many, many years. Woohoo! This is the day to celebrate annually for certain. Mikhail Gorbachev and Ronald Reagan are meeting today in Geneva, Switzerland for over 5 hours to talk things through. Let peace commence. Order up.
So, what about that coffee, Johnny?
Oh, sorry.
Enough with the coffee, Jessica. I got something better. So you know how Pepsi has been stealing sales from Coca-Cola, huh? Well, now they're fighting back. Now they've just released New Coke. It is a totally new recipe for the soda, Yanks. This article here says that sales have been really bad though. From the looks of things, they'll be using the old formula from here on out.
Huh, that's interesting. Now I just want soda.
What? Are you serious? The Reagan Doctrine was put in action this year, which gave a ton of support for the freedom fighters. During his State of the Union address, Reagan proclaimed that freedom is a universal gift and America's mission is to, and I quote, nourish and defend freedom and democracy. End quote. The Reagan Doctrine was Reagan's cry to end the Cold War. End the Cold War. End the Cold War. End the Cold War. He wanted so desperately to stand up to the Soviet Union. No more communism.
Okay, yeah, is there any chance I can get some coffee or soda or something?
Absolutely. Sorry about that. just a little bit of my secret recipe.
Oh.
You'll love it. It's a perfect energizer.
Nice raspberry tones.
Oh, hey there. Thought I would share something political or social with you, but I think I'll do otherwise. You know, life moves pretty fast. And if you don't stop and look around once in a while, you might miss it.
Jason! Stop acting like Ferris Bueller and get back to school!
Okay, fine, Jessica. Wait, you're not in school either.
I have something way more interesting than your films. It's called the Treaty of Accession. Ever heard of it? It happened on January 1st of this year. You know it. Essentially, the European Union grew exponentially, and Spain and Portugal were added to the organization. The reasoning? Yes. The governments of both nations felt there was a significant need for change. They just wanted to ditch their dictatorship. Say it with me. Ditch the dictator, ditch the dictator, ditch the dictator.
Dictatorships.
No way! You guys know who Martin Luther King Jr. is, right?
Yeah, I do.
Absolutely. He was born in
Johnny, we appreciate your detailed knowledge of Dr. King's life, but we don't need it here. This sign says today, January 20th, is the first celebration of an entire day dedicated to him. Schools and many companies will take the day to reflect on Dr. King's contributions to equality in American society. Now it's a new national holiday.
Hey, Jess, that's totally rad. That guy does deserve a day dedicated to him. What a guy. This just in, the U.S. has confirmed their airstrikes against Libya in an attempt to retaliate the terrorism on American troops and citizens. A raid began this morning around 7 a.m. was over within an hour. Earlier, you may have heard President Reagan discussing the attack, saying, when our citizens are abused or attacked anywhere in the world, we will respond in self-defense. Today we have done what we had to do. If necessary, we shall do it again. A moment of silence, please. Hey, John, was she doing the dirty dance moves?
Well, I wouldn't call it clean.
Oh, have mercy.
They took my childhood and destroyed.
Hey, you guys, let's go eat lunch at my house. Let's go.
Now back with news with Lenny and Benny.
Hey, guys. Hey, good to see you, man. It's Lenny and Benny here. I'm Lenny.
I'm Benny.
And we have news for you.
What do you do?
The Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty has been officially signed by both the United States and the Soviet Union on December 8th of this year, 1987. In a nutshell, neither nation is allowed to have missiles within a 300 to 3,400 mile range, all right? Easy. Both sides are forced to forfeit their weapons. And get this, the U.S. has over 1,700 and the Soviets nearly 900. This is a fabulous step in the right direction, don't you think, Benny? Towards peace and safety.
Now on to what we know is on everyone's minds. Well, for those of you who live under a rock, October 19th of this... Yeah, I've been working on that one. Anyways, October 19th of this year was a devastating blow to the American economy. Oof. The Dow plummeted 22.6% down to the ground. Down to the ground. Ooh. And now we can say that this is worse than the stock market crash of 1929. I can't believe I'm saying that.
I can't either, Benny.
I know. This has been the most lost in one day that America has ever seen. By the closing bell that day, the Dow had lost a total of 508 points and roughly $1,738.74. That's a little pocket change. Yeah, I'm working on that one too.
Ooh.
There has been talk of circuit breakers to give investors a forced timeout. But more to come on that.
That's all we have with Betty and Leonard.
Hey Jessica, is it alright if I crash and take a nap in your basement, bro?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, Rat. I need to take out my contact lenses first, though.
Wait. What do you think you're doing throwing away those contact lenses, huh, bud? Those are expensive.
Yeah, what he said. You don't get new ones for like a month. You're gonna be walking around like a blind man.
Chill! They're disposable contacts. Johnson & Johnson just released them earlier this year. They're called Acuvie, I think? I don't know. But anyways, you can wear them for a little bit and then toss them. It helps keep your eyes feeling a lot more fresh.
Wow. I gotta get me some of those.
That makes 8 of us. Hey! Did you guys hear about this?
About what?
Yeah.
The illegal immigration amnesty deadline. Earlier this year, on May the 4th, marks the last date that people who came to the U.S. illegally can be pardoned, basically. There are over 1.4 million immigrants. Let's hope they beat the deadline.
Very interesting, huh?
Oh, yes! The person I voted for is the new president, you guys. On November 8th, 1988, George H.W. Bush won the presidential election. Before this, he was Ronald Reagan's vice president, but now he's the big man. The paper says he beat out the governor of Massachusetts, Michael S. Dukakis, by a landslide.
Let me see. And this says that the Electoral College was 426 to 11. He really did win by a landslide. Welcome to the White House, Mr. Bush.
Great decade.
It really was,
1980s.
man.
The
Killer.
prime of my life.
Yeah, it really was. I'll tell you what. I think the thing that really got me, guys, was the Game Boy, man. It brought such entertainment, such joy. You know, I could really just sit back and just take a chill, have an outlet. Yeah, it was crazy. How about you, man?
Well, for me, I really liked The Little Mermaid. I loved when it came out. And also, Back to the Future, best film, best motion picture of the 80s.
That's debatable.
Well,
It was a good
it's not-
film.
Okay, well,
Well,
okay.
that was good. All right, fair enough. How about you?
Wow! Since you asked, my favorite thing of the 80s has to do with politics.
No, I would have guessed that.
Yeah, I
Never
never
would've
guessed that
Never.
one, huh?
Well, oh really? That's strange. Thought you knew me better than that. Anyway, I remember August 10th like it was yesterday.
Because it was.
It wasn't.
Just kidding.
It's New Year's Eve.
I'm just messing with you.
Jason.
Former Army General Colin Powell was elected to be the American Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff. He was the first African American person to serve in this position. But then, something else exciting happened over in Germany. On November 9th, 1989 of this year, only a few months ago, the Berlin Wall saw its demise.
What is this dude's deal?
What had once separated East from the West Berlin for 38 years was now nothing. Everyone could roam freely.
That's pretty crazy. You guys, it's almost a new decade.
No way.
Count down.
10,
9, 8.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look,